chick, I ran on my bag, I did what I did, yeah. Ran my chick, I ran on my bag, I did what I did, yeah. And how good they judge me, oh, when they don't know. Look at what I did, look at what I started. Look how far I came, dog, I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog, I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless, yeah, I'ma go hard regardless, yeah. Ran my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did, yeah. Ran my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did, yeah. And how good they judge me, oh, when they don't know.
Setting Dylan Gabriel up.
Look how far I came, dog, I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog, I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless, yeah, I'ma go hard regardless, yeah. Ran my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did, yeah. Ran my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did, yeah. And how good they judge me, oh, when they don't know. Look at what I did, look at what I started. Look how far I came, dog, I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog, I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless, yeah, I'ma go hard regardless, yeah. Ran my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did, yeah. Ran my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did, yeah. And how good they judge me, oh, when they don't know.
Setting Dylan Gabriel up.
Look how far I came, dog, I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog, I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless, yeah, I'ma go hard regardless, yeah. Ran my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did, yeah. Ran my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did, yeah. And how good they judge me, oh, when they don't know. Look at what I did, look at what I started. Look how far I came, dog, I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog, I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless, yeah, I'ma go hard regardless, yeah. Ran my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did, yeah. Ran my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did, yeah. And how good they judge me, oh, when they don't know.
Setting Dylan Gabriel up.
Look how far I came, dog, I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog, I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless, yeah, I'ma go hard regardless, yeah. Ran my check, I ran on my back.
What is going on, everybody? What is going on? Let me double check the sound. We back in the dungeon with it. Let me do a quick sound check. Y'all know we gotta do things a little bit differently, but we gonna make a way. We gonna make it work.
When he was down with the...
Hold on, how you get on here? Let's see. Where we at? Alright, we still should be live. Alright, that's good. Let's see. They send me ads on my old stuff, y'all. Make sure we sound good going through it. Let's see. Everything coming through. That's an ad they didn't play. They just snuck an ad in on me. Let's see. Alright, there we go. There we go. There we go. Sound check is complete. We are good. I got a lot of situations going on over here. But we gonna make it work, y'all. We gonna make it work. We gonna make it work. Let me get back to what I just had open. We gonna make it work. I had a very, very, very exciting day. Had fun. Let's see. Let's start this way. I had fun at the Browns game. It kind of went as I expected. I'm not surprised by how things played out. We're going to see when they make the decision, what they go based on. If they go based on performance, I know who I believe should be the Browns starting quarterback. So we're going to see how it goes. Let me greet everybody. We're going to do a lot of talking because I know everybody has a view or opinion or something on this, so we're going to talk about it. Let me start at the top. Let's greet everybody. I don't have my sound effects, but I definitely appreciate each and every one of you being here. Shout out to Black Pearl. Hey, D and the Off the Record family. Hey, get them wrists up. Get them wrists up. What's going on, Black Pearl? Yo, what's good, family? Happy Saturday. Zedric, my dog, what's going on? What's going on? Tika's in the building. She says evening. What's going on, Tika? Toolman. Boa. Do I say the N or do I not say the N? Boa Noit. Browns Familia. What's going on, Toolman? I'm going to work on my Portuguese. Live Gratefully. We ready, D? What's going on, Live Gratefully? CO7111. What's going on? Hi, all. Prayer. Everyone is doing well. Same to you. Brent. Hola. Y buenos noches, D in chat. What's going on, Brent? What's happening? What's happening? Yo, D, what's up, big dog? Selmo Fudd, what's going on? How you feeling, man? How you feeling? Pit Boy. There should be no questions anymore because both had to show their work and only one completed his assignment. I wish I had my ding, 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 ding. I agree with you. What's going on, Pit Boy? Derek Spinner. What's up, y'all? Good evening. Ty got to name Shedeur as a starter right now. Right now. He probably going to say it tomorrow, but I hopefully that's what he says. Let's talk about the atrocious performance by Washington the third since 1980. I watched football, and that was the worst performance I've seen by someone who should be a vet. Man, oh man. Watching it in person. I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna get to it. Let me go through greeting everybody. I'm gonna tell y'all how it felt watching in person. Rashida, what's going on? Evening D and the Off the Record family, what's going on? Rashida, glad to have you. Browns have had poor QB play. Drafted players based on homeless winos, and Watson's play was so much worse. Emergency QB4, Gabriel and Green are better backups. Woo. You said a handful there to a man. Jay Nicole, what's going on? What's the word, D? Woo. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. Miss Brown, what's going on? Hey, guys, hope everyone is doing great. What's going on, Miss Brown? Glad to have you. Laurie, hey, D, and the Off the Record family. Laurie, what's going on? Glad to see you here. Sent you to Boston shaking his head. What are we doing here? Off Deshaun's poor performance? Man, it was something else. Two should be named the starter. I agree with that. Booing is how fans display displeasure. The NFL is not the WNBA. Cut Watson. He's going to be there, but he sounds like he is at wit's end. I would say that. Watson has talked and played his way out the door. So I was driving. I will tell y'all this. I was driving. I was leaving downtown, and I'm heading back, and I'm listening to the press conferences because, I was there after the game a little bit. So I'm listening to the press conferences, and I'm hearing Todd Monken and how he's going through it, and he just saying we just have to do better with cadence, operation, all this stuff, which we visibly saw. Then I'm listening to Deshaun, and I paused it, and I'm like, did he just say that? I'm like, this is the most human Deshaun has been. This is the most he has expressed how he truly feels about the booing and the situation. And short version of watching Deshaun live, it was like the walls were crumbling on him. The walls were crumbling on him. He did make that good run. He did throw a couple. I would say decent passes. Decent not being a negative, but NFL quarterback should be able to make them. He did do that. He did overthrow. I want to say it was Malachi Corley on the left-hand side from where I was sitting. It was on the left-hand side. He overthrew him. He had a step on the guy, overthrew him out of bounds. So he was doing some things, but I'm surprised they didn't call it a fumble. They called it incomplete, but it seemed like the ball got swat out of his hand, and he still pushed it forward. But that play, the first time he was on the ground, it looked like it was a little hard for him to get up. Like he sat there and paused for a second. So it was just rough. It seemed like the walls were closing in on. Zedric D, how did you handle the rain? So when I was looking through to pick my seats, if you look through the entire stadium, you can. There are certain parts of the stadium that are under the next level that's above them. So on the 100 level, if you sit behind row 29 in the section I was in, 145, you are protected. So the rain, the different elements, plus I always, I take a bag, I take ponchos. I prepare to go to the game, but I didn't have to get out the seat. Every once in a while when the wind would hurl, it would get a little rain, but I wasn't soaked or anything because when I was going through the process of picking the seats, I made sure if the elements are going to go crazy, I'm going to be protected. So where my seats are, I don't even have to worry about it. I don't even have to worry about it. Shanithia, what's going on? Welcome in. Welcome in. Shedeur looked good. Shedeur did look good. Shedeur did look good. Tomorrow's presser will be very interesting for Monken. I believe so, especially after he goes and he watches the tape back. Once he watched that tape back, man, oh man. Man, oh man. Man, oh man. What's good, Off the Record family? Keith Mathis, what's going on? Glad to have you. Glad to have you. What's going on, Keith Mathis? Shedeur has looked better in practice too. I agree. Definitely go Browns. Dang, these ads. Ads are on today. I didn't have ads on last night. Hopefully they're not beating y'all over the head. But I think they know that any Brown subject is just a hot topic, and I think they gonna run up they might run up the ads. They might run up the ads. Miss K, what's up, good people? What's going on, Miss K? Jimi Hendrix, the conclusion of another day in paradise. Hey y'all, Jimi Hendrix, what's going on? Loretta, hello, D in chat. What's going on, Loretta? Freedom TV. What up, chat? What's going on, Freedom TV? Noichi Bo Noit. I tried. Oh, I got it on top chat. Hold on, let me switch to all chat. I tried. Let's see. Shout out to Chris Bonet for the 250 Jews. I appreciate you. Let me go back where I was at in the chat. Let's see where I was at. Where was that? Here we go. About right here. Well, that's one way to put it. What up, though? Detroit in the building. What's going on, Detroit? We got Detroit in the building. What up, though? The mainstream media ain't talking about anything on the field. They are not. They are not talking about anything on the field. And it's because it doesn't play into the favor of how they thought things would play out. So in that case, just avoid it. That's what I believe they're doing. Watson didn't look like a leader, in my opinion. I'm going to tell y'all. This is the most human I've seen Deshaun Watson in the presser. Also, at the same time, I believe it couldn't come at a worse time for him being in the quarterback competition, if that makes sense. So him being human, I can definitely understand it to a degree. I haven't been through what he's been through, but to a degree I can understand it where it's just the weight is too much with what looks to be a fan base who just is nothing you could do right. So from the human side, I can understand it. Unfortunately, it was after just a poor performance On top of, this is the key point of the competition. Couldn't have come at a worse time. Couldn't have come at a worse time. Here for you, bro. Q, what's going on? How you feeling, man? What is going on? Glad to have you. Glad to have you. Dana, what's going on? Good evening. Let's talk about it. We need the tea. Felt like he was going through the motions, not in the game, like the setting the auto drive on Elon Mobile on the Tesla. No adjustment, not in the situation. I think it started happening too fast for him. And then once it went down, it just went down. It just went down from there. I think Shedeur, definitely hit that like button from y'all. I think Shedeur did good. He secured the QB1 spot, but I don't like how they boo Watson. It's so lame and not cool. We gonna get to it because I didn't boo Watson. I told y'all. I'm just gonna tell y'all if they boo him or not. Maybe because it's preseason, something they did interesting. So Deshaun came into the game at the beginning of the third quarter. The Buffalo Bills won the toss. They elected to receive the ball. So the Browns get the ball to start the third quarter. The Browns get the ball. Watson comes on the field. They start booing. Then they go over the speaker and say, your quarterback, Deshaun Watson. And then everybody boo. And I'm like, dang, why you bring it back up? So then when Dillon Gabriel went in, Deshaun finished out his series. Dillon Gabriel went in the fourth quarter. Your starting quarterback, Dillon Gabriel. And they cheered. So I was like, oh, no. It wasn't poor QB play. It was people who view Deshaun a certain way. They view him a certain way. Wit's end is a good way to put it. Yeah, it definitely... He's fed up. Like, he fed up. That's what I saw somebody who was a human who was fed up and is like, it's nothing I could do to win some people over, where a lot of times you just try to block it out, but it's hard when you were trying to put all your focus into the quarterback competition, and then you got to have some focus on if these people like me, if they're going to support me, if they're going to show love to me, if they're going to boo me. This is not the first time they booed me, so that could, open up a wound from the last time they booed them. So it's just, the walls closed in on them. They closed in on them. All the media training went out the window. It was out the window. That might lead ESPN Monday. Yeah, it might. It might, because it just, I'm telling you, as I was listening to it, I'm driving and listening to it, and I paused it, and I'm like, oh no. If it was close, and if it wasn't going to come down to the football field, I think that could impact the decision if it wasn't just football. That's how just the timing of it just wasn't good. It wasn't good. They have broken Deshaun Watson's spirit. I just don't think Deshaun Watson's ready. He doesn't want to get hit. I know he's mentioned in press conferences that he's not trying to I know he doesn't want to take the big hits. To me, this was all a mental game today. And it seems like it's just a weight or a pressure going into him playing in Cleveland that is a different level that I don't even know if you even get. It's probably a weight before you even get to the field. They asked him afterwards, do you believe you can deal with, if you were the starter, this happening at home? And he said, I don't know. I don't know if I can deal with it. So I don't even think that's even performance on the football field. That's more so like mentally, I don't know if I can deal with this. Then he's like, man, what if it was all 17 games on the road? I get more love on the road. And it's like, oh my goodness. And then I was just waiting for them to cut. I was waiting for them to cut the presser. Just cut it. Just stop. No more questions. They're like, oh, 2 more questions. They asked 2 more questions. 1 more question. I'm like, why y'all dragging this? Why y'all dragging it? Why? You cannot talk about fans like that and expect to start and represent them. I learned that growing up, if somebody teases you about something, if you let them know it gets to you, they're going to keep doing it. So, if he is the starter and he go out there and people know it gets to him, they're going to boo him like crazy because they know it gets to him. So, it's unfortunate. You were covered. That's right. I saw some pictures of the rain on the lower level. It looked nasty. Man, the rain was just coming down. I tried to get some pictures in the rain. I was just like, interesting. The weather don't play in Ohio. Definitely don't play in Cleveland. Coming right off the lake. Deshaun Watson doesn't want to play here anymore. I can't disagree with that. I don't think he has a good feeling about it. He definitely still remembers when he tore his Achilles and how they cheered, and is not ready to get over it, and not ready to move forward. And that can be a long lasting thing. The Browns fans booed Tim Couch when he was a starter, and he still hasn't forgotten it. He still brings it up. He got hurt. They cheered when he got hurt, and he still hasn't forgotten that time. And he talks about it too. So I just don't know how you deal with that. They had Bentonio and Joe Thomas as the Browns analysts in the booth. I didn't get to hear. I saw Joe Bentonio on the sideline with a microphone. I don't know if he was interviewing somebody. I don't remember seeing Joe Thomas. I saw quite a few people on the sideline. Cam Justice, I saw her when she was there about to do an interview late in the game. I saw Aditi. I saw Daniel Oyefusi. I saw the lead content creator up in the part where all the beat reporters sit, watch the game. I saw a lot. Drawn to offsides penalty, they sleep D. Man, when we talk about cadence and operation, y'all don't got the best track record of telling us exactly what happened in practice. So all we can do is go based on what we can see. And it seems like every time we watch it, it's not happening how they tell us it's happening. Just saying. Deshaun said he just there till he ain't gotta be. Yeah, it seems that way, unfortunately. That media can't run with the lies this time the world was watching. Yes, they were. Making adjustments, play well, move the ball. Somebody else in from Detroit. What's going on, Detroit? In my opinion, if it were a different uniform he played in, every time he steps on the grass, he's booed, spreads, breaks little by little. Yeah, it eats away at you. Procedure and pre-snap look great to me today. Yeah, for Shedeur. It looked great for Shedeur. Deshaun Watson, they had to call the timeout. He wasn't going to get a playoff. What it was a motion. I can't remember who the receiver was, but Deshaun brought him in. He sent him back out, and to start the play, he's supposed to start the play in motion, and he wasn't going to be able to do everything he needed to do. They had to call the timeout. I don't know what it is with this cadence thing. When Dylan Gabriel came in, false start. It was somebody yelling at the top of their lungs like, I'm not going to repeat it, but they was yelling at the top of their lungs at the operation when Dylan was in. And I was just looking like, man, oh man. The stuff that they said that other people did, we're seeing other people do it. Shedeur is the president in the future. I agree with that. Daisha, what's going on? Hey, Off the Record fan, what's going on, Daisha? What's going on? You said it right. We make an honorary Brazilian out of you yet. Okay, cool. I'm trying. Watson probably needs a different environment. I agree with that. Let's see. I got to pull it up over here because let me pull this one on this one. I was having some issues. When you log your social media into too many different places. So I've been having some issues with my ex, but I can go to my YouTube chat and pull it up on my phone is what I'll do. I love how Shedeur addressed the media. Yeah, he I had to pause it on Shedeur too. I was listening to Shedeur, and he said, when the one reporter didn't want to accept his answer about he's growing closer to the Lord, and he said, look, to come up here and deal with y'all after the stuff that y'all say online. And that's true. I always told y'all, if I was his age, man, it would have been a bunch of crash out moments. Let me see. I gotta pull up the chat on this other phone. A lot going on. 5th round pick is beating out a 10-year vet Whoever would have thunk it? Only us, I guess. Only us. 17 road games. Man, he did say that. He said that. He said it. I think Deshaun is just trying to finish out his contract. It's a lot going on with him. I think some of the boos were for Haslam because fans know he's meddling, and pretty much they're telling him this is reception you'll get. But the booing was disrespectful and unkind. It was, and it wasn't. It wasn't the first time they booed him. It wasn't the first time. There is no way the Browns can put Watson on the field after those comments you said about the fans of the organization would be. Yes, they would. They would be setting themselves up. Did you live stream earlier? I didn't see the press conferences. Sorry, can you repeat what was said? Oh, I didn't live stream earlier, Priya. What's going on? You made it in the perfect time. We are going to check out the press conferences. So yes, I did not. You made it in a good time, Priya. Good time. Yeah, the PR dude let it ride. They don't need to request him at all. I'm sorry that he got booed. However, Shedeur dealt with constant hate last season while dealing with his father battling cancer. So why to be mentally weak over booing by fans is nothing to me. Yeah, and they act like it wasn't nothing going on with Shedeur. So I appreciate the empathy, but they have done nothing but break Shedeur's spirit. The constant BS from the NFL, Cleveland media, and the haters has been overwhelming. Shedeur's overcome everything. I agree. The Cadence King. Joe's part of the broadcast now. He was on the mic during the first half. Oh, they got. Oh, so okay. Got you. They got Joe Antonio out there. The way things continue to play out in such unfair uphill way with continuous hate and no credit, his mental toughness is part of his strengths. Deshaun has already had path clear for him for QB1. Yeah, he just unraveled before us. Don't believe your lying eyes, for real. But I'm sure it sucks and will probably affect him. It definitely did. Ivar, what's going on? Ivar? Stop I say. My QB1 lit it up. Cleveland media in shambles. The narrative Shedeur is behind fell apart today. It did. Watson might get a backup somewhere on the league minimum somewhere, but the places down to the Jets, Falcons, Stefanski is out for sure. Yeah, they got some stuff going on down in the A. You see the lies being played out. Me at 24, I wouldn't be as polished as him because I would have been said something. I agree. That's what I always say. I'm like, Shedeur is definitely handling this better than I would have. Definitely is. Crash out, bet I would have pulled out them Shiloh hands. Nah, here go the gloves. Come on. Here go the gloves. They were talking funny after Deshaun's pick, providing context and downplaying, of course. Did you see the interview with Shedeur on the sideline? I did not get to see it. I only saw the press conferences. I didn't get to see the interview on the sideline. The media worried about fans booing, yet these are the same media folk that trash Shedeur daily. For real. When did Dylan go in? It was about Dylan went in with. It was after a Giants drive. I think it was 6 minutes and some change on the clock, if I remember correctly. Yes, Dylan attempted one throw. Off the top of my head, I remember he attempted one throw. Let me look at it. Yeah, one throw attempt. Let's see. I think the interception was slightly tipped at the line. I would have to go back and look at it. I haven't watched it again. I'm going solely off of my memory of being there. Let's get to the press conferences. Let's start out with Coach Monken. Let's get this up. Shout out to everybody for being here on this Saturday night special stream. Let's see. Let's go here. There we go.
All right, so proud of the way we started off the game. Second week in a row, I felt like that we started off well, both sides of the ball. Didn't do a great job of finishing our third drive. Ended up with a turnover, a little behind, and certainly could have made the catch. And then we didn't finish at the half, and then it got away from us in the second half. And the bottom line is, it doesn't matter who takes the field for us. It's the expectations of themselves, their names on the back, and the expectations of us as an organization of how we're going to play. And that was not good enough the second half. It never will be. Wasn't good enough last week, the second half. And that's coaching and playing. We're in this together. I love our guys. I love the way we work. But, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth the second half after really a great Thursday and a really good first half in a lot of ways. Guys making plays and throws and converting, our defense getting stops. But it was the same way in the second half where it kind of got away from us, and, that can't be us. I mean, that's just the way it is.
How did you think that Shedeur performed in his half of work?
There's a lot there to like. He plays with a certain amount of confidence. He has gotten a lot better at getting rid of the ball. Certainly he wants to make a play. And I'll give you an example, like the 1/3 and 13 or 14 we converted, he holds on to the ball and lets the receiver clear. There's going to be other times where that sweet spot is where he's going to have to check it down. But a great job of progressing. The red zone touchdown, certainly I think he was going to anticipate the tight end was going to break out. The backer was matching it. JT decided to break in a little bit behind. Certainly could have caught it. Certainly it would have felt a lot better if we'd have finished off that drive, 2 of the first 3 drives. So I thought he did a lot of really good things. I mean, I'm really proud of him and where he's come from. From the moment I got here till now, very impressive.
Todd,
Coach, that is your starting quarterback. That's going to be a starting quarterback, man. That's going to be a starting quarterback. We'll be waiting to hear from you tomorrow, see if you'll say it or if you're going to hold out to the end of the week. But that's your starter. We know, man. It's your starter. We know what it is. 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 Coach was hot. Let's see where we at. I'm here. I think the wine. The wine is doing something to me. Yeah, after a day like today. Shedeur in the interview on the sideline seemed like it lasted most of the quarter. Oh my goodness. Let's see. This is the first of many losing pressers. Let's see if he turns it around before losing breaks him like it breaks the fancy. Yeah, he got to. He was more mad at the second this time than he was last week. He was. It started so bad in that second half. Like it just. I mean, the Dylan stuff was ridiculous. Like I just don't know what they were doing. Why they had those 3 false starts. Like it was just crazy. It was just crazy. Todd sounds like a proud dad. He does. Tessa, what's going on? Do we think Monken wants Shedeur the way he can't call anything over 10 yards pass for Deshaun? It limits the entire offense. I agree with that. Notice they didn't mention no offsides after the game, which is crazy because it happened 3 times on one drive. It's no way you cannot talk about that. Today was clear separation. I agree. Deshaun's pressure was brutal. He is mentally unavailable and should not be the starter. He didn't look like a leader and looked broken. Start Shedeur. He's the future. He's matured. He is ready. I agree with that. Monken wants Shedeur. Did we notice how the defense even stepped up and played better for Shedeur? Defense was in it in the first half. Trey Avery had a rough first half. At times Trey Avery had rough spots. They kind of attacked him on man-to-man coverage. The pass interference that happened, I think it was on Buffalo's first scoring drive. I want to say it was number 29. I can't remember. I think it was 29. But besides that, I think they did pretty good. I think they did pretty good. Let's see. All right, let's get back to it. He has more to say. When Shedeur got slapped in the head, I just knew the flag was on them. Yep. It's going to be great seeing Shedeur with the ones playing all 4 quarters because that first half flew by. It was almost like you were at a couple different games. So you got the excitement, but you were watching the clouds come in. So then you got the rain delay, and the rain delay happens, and you just sitting there just chilling, just do. What we gonna do? Then it starts, and it starts fast because remember, the Buffalo continued their drive. Browns got the ball. They're moving the ball. Then the third quarter starts, and some people had left. It started to rain again. But it just kind of slowed down in the third quarter. It just slowed down. So It was like I was at 3 different games today. It was like 3 different games. All right, let's get back to coach. Let's see. I think they'll start asking about quarterbacks now.
We saw that you said on the pregame show about you felt probably early next week a decision for who the starter will be for the season. Do you still believe that's the timeline you're going for that decision?
Well, at some point I'm going to have to decide, right? I mean, at some point, I'm saying it kind of jokingly, like at some point we got to get that guy the reps. So I'm not going to paint myself into a corner. You guys know, I mean, optimally you'd like to have given a player all of the reps, right? And you know who the one is. And we've done it as best we could as a staff, trying to work through this, right? I like at any position. And this is just one part of it, just like Thursday was. And we'll watch the tape tomorrow, because all I got a chance to do was watch it like you guys did. And I was looking at the surfaces, and everybody had a hand in it. And I already know, looking at it and watching at it, we had too many issues with us that had nothing to do with them. Now we're playing some guys that just got with us, but alignment, assignment, communication, things that, Browns hurting Browns, really. And you're not going to have a chance when you do that. You're just not. I mean, just get lined up. And then at the end, it's like, really? I mean, you talk about shitty football. I mean, I don't care who goes out there, right? I mean, if I could have taken a knee, I probably would have. I mean, what the shit? I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Doesn't matter. We work on cadence and operation, and we're going to continue to do it, because you can't be lead on offense and you're lead at cadence. And in the first half, we did. We had a shot. I mean, we got him to jump off sides. We really wanted to take a shot, and we jumped. We had another time we could have tapped. We got him in the neutral zone, and that's one thing Shedeur is going to get better at. We got a chance on 3rd and 12 to take a shot. He's got to see the flag down. We checked it down, but then we didn't convert on 3rd and 8. But we were in the first half damn good on cadence. But that there at the end, I mean, it's not good enough.
So Coach kind of caught himself there. He was about to go off because most of that stuff was kind of pertaining to when Dylan Gabriel was in. So he kind of caught himself. But he was about to go off. He had to catch himself. I feel like he's in a bad mood because he knows he didn't protect Deshaun. He played him to let him sink or swim instead of calling him for JW, sabotaging for Ark. Monken will be replaced by his fam. I don't know if Monken will be replaced. I definitely think he is probably upset at the performance they put out there. So just think about this. You are going into today, you're probably thinking, all right, this is going to be easy. I'm just going to go ahead and name Deshaun the starter. Let's just roll with that. I'm going to name Deshaun the starter on Monday. This is going to be a breeze. All we got to do is just get through this game. It's going to be easy. He going to go out there. He going to handle it. Everything going to be straight. Instead, the reverse happens. Let me read these stats to y'all. 5 of 12, 35 yards, 2.9 yards average, an interception. I'm not a quarterback rating person. People were throwing quarterback rating at me last week. I guarantee they won't talk about the 14.6 quarterback rating that Deshaun has this week. This is not a knock on Deshaun. I'm not a quarterback rating person. I don't need it to determine what good or what bad happened. I don't need it. But let's see if they use that number, because they used it a whole lot a week ago. So if you were looking and you thought this was going to be an easy thing. Yeah, the next game is at home, Derek Spitter. This is going to be an easy thing. It's going to be a breeze, as HaHa Davis would say. You see that? You see, this game left no choice but to name Shedeur the starter. Everybody said they put all these high expectations on Shedeur. All these high expectations on him. He got to do this. He got to be great. He can't make mistakes. He can't do this. He can't do that. Okay. Now what y'all going to do? Let's go. Let's go for Shedeur stats. He was 9 of 11, 74 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 1 sack. I think that's where he ran forward. And for the people who like passer rating, which I don't, but I'll say it, 87.1. Your world turned upside down. Your world turned upside down. It's turned upside down. So, and then you got to watch that fourth quarter. The fourth quarter, the Browns had on offense was a disaster. It was a disaster. There's no way else you can put it. It's a disaster. It was a disaster in the fourth quarter. So you hot about that. Basically, y'all embarrassed yourselves in the fourth quarter. And now, if your decision was made, you got to flip it. Flip it on his head. You got to flip it on his head. And they left no doubt. On the field and off the field. they left no doubt. Never a doubt. They left no doubt on how he has to call it. Bond, he went up, he caught a pass, he came down. I saw him walking in the tunnel. They didn't say anything about Isaiah Bond yet. I haven't heard anything. Deshaun can't handle the pressure anymore. The humane thing to do is to give Shedeur the job. This is his team now, and it should be. It's his team. Monken said Shedeur was great. Supercomputer was broken. Somebody spilled water on it. I don't know. I told people last year, I don't have an issue with Dylan Gabriel. He did do 2 things that I did not like. But when it comes to him as a football player on the field, I just saw the limitations. I called out the limitations. They called me a hater. They called me every name under the sun because I just didn't believe in him as a football player. Now that it's playing out, all the same people from a year ago who was telling us, well, maybe he's better because that's who the coach picked. Do those people want to come into now and say, well, maybe Shedeur always was better because that's who was actually in the competition? I'm just going to ask the questions, y'all. I'm just going to ask the questions. Wasn't that tight end that tipped the ball instead of batting away? At least one is going back to the transfer. No, that's not him. That's another one. And I got to say this. That's another tight end. He suited up. I don't think he played. The tight end that they played, he was dropping catches in warm up, y'all. He was dropping them in warm up. Dylan threw him a pass. He was by the sideline. That thing went all the way under the bench. I was like, oh, man. But the Browns is so thin and tight end, they can't risk putting, you know what I'm saying, their first 2 tight ends out there. So, you get what you get. I totally, let's see where we at. I totally agree with your take, D. Deshaun blew it. The deck was stacked, and he laid an egg today. He did. It didn't look like a sack to me either. It looked like Shedeur actually gained yards and ran for it, but hey, they call it a sack. That's what Monken wanted. Maybe, but maybe not, since he still had limited play calls and stopped passing entirely. Yeah, limited. Good morning, good evening, wherever you are. Watson flopped today. I was shocked he even played after his bad week. Yeah, just it at this point, it's like I'm looking at Deshaun Watson, a human being. Like, man, I kind of feel something for him. The football player Deshaun Watson kind of did what I've seen him do previously. So I just, you know what? I was gonna be humble and I was gonna say, I didn't say this, but y'all know what? Do y'all remember I said wait till the third quarter of next week? Do y'all remember that? I'm just gonna ask. I said, wait till the third quarter of next week. That is when we will find out. We saw the third quarter this week. Do y'all believe me now? I'm just saying. I said, watch the third quarter. Y'all saw what happened. I was going to take the humble approach, but I said, no, forget that. I was right. I've been taking the humble approach every once in a while, but I said I'm not going to take it this time. I told y'all wait for the third quarter. Y'all saw the third quarter. I tried to take the humble approach. It didn't allow me. it didn't allow me to take the humble approach. I snapped right back out of it. I couldn't hold it in. I could not hold it in. But y'all saw the third quarter. Now, all the people who went to that side and was saying, Deshaun got the job, he's going to be the starter, blah, 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 blah. I recall saying, let this thing play out. Do those same people still want to be standing on that side right now? And this is just football. This is just the football side. This is not the, the other stuff. This is the football side. This is the football side. So, just let this thing play out. When it comes to football, eventually you have to touch the grass. You got to touch the grass and you got to make plays, and then you got to go make plays again, and then you're going to have bad situations happen, and then you got to make plays again, and you got to not worry about the bad situations. That's just football, y'all. That is what football is. That is what football is. That's what it is. So I was gonna say it. I was gonna say it. I wasn't gonna say it. I was gonna hold it. I said, nah, forget that. I'm saying it because I said it. I'm saying it because I said it. They lucky they come on too late, because if they didn't come on so late, I would just sit here and wait for nightcap and all the excuses that we gonna see from Ocho Cinco, who kept saying whose job it was gonna be, and it was gonna be because of money. Let's see if he's still talking that way tonight. Let's see. Or he gonna be kind of in his feelings like he was when they was trying to go at Andrew Berry. Let's see. Let's see. Shout out to Mark948 for the super chat. I appreciate you. I don't have my sound effects, but I got one for you. I got money. Now it's time to get on their neck about the lies about processing, arm strength, dedication to the game, athleticism, he a backup, worst since 2000, backyard football, nonsense from older white men who validation doesn't matter. Talk to him. Talk to him. Now y'all gotta come back and y'all gotta apologize for the stuff that y'all said. Y'all gotta apologize for it. You have to. Shout out to Shanithia. I appreciate the support. I got money. D, you told us before OTAs that Shedeur was going to be better than Deshaun. You showed us the film of Deshaun's best year in Cleveland to Shedeur's last year. You said you was not worried. You were right. I appreciate it, because I was just sitting back all through the ups and downs, all through people saying this is what he was, this is what he was capable of, and I even gave y'all very specific things that I had concerns about, and all of it was football based. The decision making was a big concern for me. The decision making from Deshaun was a concern. My other concern was his ability to consistently be accurate. I kept saying, something is off with his accuracy. Something is off. I didn't take pot shots at Deshaun. I didn't take personal shots at Deshaun. I went right to the tape. And I said, look, y'all, this is what I'm saying. Now, after today, if they don't name Shedeur the starter, it ain't nothing I can do. But we know who performed better when you gave them as close to the similar circumstances as you could. You want to give him the ones, all the ones? Cool. You don't got to give me the ones. Y'all didn't hear me make no excuses about that. When they were saying, oh, man, Shedeur's not going to have the ones, I didn't make no excuses about that. I didn't say, oh, he not going to have. Hey, he going to have who he has. I kept telling y'all, the third quarter, when he got to go, and you don't have this influx of talent that you had previously, you're going to turn in who you really are. And we saw that. We saw it. I heard Grossi said neither QB look good. Man, he needs to stop it and get some help. Stop it and get some help. Do you say I don't think Monken is going to put him out there? Are you talking about Deshaun? No, I said I would not make a decision until the third quarter when Deshaun went out there or not. And I'm like, today, Saturday night, will determine if it was a real competition. And I said I'm going to wait till Saturday, but I was like, if he doesn't play in the third quarter, then we know it wasn't a competition. I said I'm not going to call it fake yet. Chad needs to stop that BS because Watson was never it. They never took it to football the entire time. If you go back, I kept saying, let's talk football. Let's talk performance. Football is a performance-based sport. When are we going to talk about the football? They never got to the football. They never got to it. And I was like, uh-oh, there go the soft spot. We see it. We see it. Time to scout backup QBs, D. Oh, no. Oh, no. Man, we know who the backup is. Hopefully Shedeur is healthy all year. And then the backup just come in when we're trying to clinch a playoff berth or something, and they just got to do a couple of kneel downs. Deshaun will always be rattled when he plays here, so in that aspect, he's cooked. More importantly than the game is for him to get his mind and mentals right. God bless him, but it's time for two. #NewCLE. For real. For real. If Monken wanted Watson to start, he would not put him out there. I thought Deshaun would find a way to get out of it. I know a lot of people said that, and that's why I was just holding off, because I knew it was something I didn't have control over, so I'm just like, let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see if he plays. Watson final boss was the home crowd. I didn't think it would impact him like that, but once it went down, it went down. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let's push it forward some, y'all. Let's go here.
Obviously, we had talked to you about before the game, like how you might respond to whatever the crowd reaction was. Obviously, there were some boos out there. Just what was your kind of reaction in the moment?
I mean, I didn't have no reaction. I think the biggest thing is, I think you guys know too, and I think the whole world knows. It has nothing to do about the performance. It's a little bit personal than that. So, I think that's it's a disrespectful thing. So, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep whatever I feel with me and my family internally on how I feel about that, and yeah, just move on.
But don't you think
if he would have made it out, and that's the only thing he would have said, if he would have made it out, and that was the only thing he said, I think it would have went a lot better for him. It would have went a lot better for him. But they went, and they had to follow up because they do what they do. They don't care who or where they can try to find the drama. They're going to look in every nook and cranny for it. And that's what they did. That's what they did. Evelyn, how you doing? How you doing? I ain't seen you in a while. I'm doing all right. Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you're doing well. Oh, this is what someone meant about no accountability. Yeah. Daniel, why even ask him that BS question? I can kind of understand it because Daniel Oyefusi is the one who has asked him the most questions about how his mental state is. So I don't think he was trying. I don't know. I don't know if he was trying to be nasty, but I know that he has asked Deshaun the most questions about his mental state, and I think he might have been going along those lines, but I don't know for certain. But that's just what I think. That's what I think. That's a guess. I'm not in Daniel's mind, but that's a guess. That's a guess. Shout out to Tessa for the jewels. I appreciate you. Also, shout out to Mofo for the jewels earlier. It started to turn though, y'all. I want Shedeur to be the starter. Everybody knows that. I wish these type of questions kind of stopped at right here. I wish they would have stopped right here, y'all. But it's the Cleveland media, and it's not what happened.
Deshaun, that winning and playing better would eliminate some of that booing?
Last time I played on this field, I tore my Achilles. And that same fan base, they cheered when I got hurt. So, does that have to do with, what does that have to do with anything about performance? When a person get hurt, especially for your own city, and they cheer.
Does any of that make you regret coming here?
No, I don't regret anything in my life. You know, I think the Lord put me through situations for a reason, so I don't regret anything at all. But, you know, I had different thoughts on how it was going to be, but, you know, it is what it is. Sometimes, the tables turn, and I'm patient enough because I'm a child of God to, wait for that time to change. So I'm not tripping on it.
How about the
Dang. It don't get no better anytime I see this. Let me see. Where is it at, Black Pearl? They're going to double down on it and say the Browns are catering to the pressure of Shedeur fans. Watch. If they come with that weak argument, oh my goodness. If they come with that weak argument, oh man, they need to stop it and get some help. They got to do better than that. They have to. They have to do better than that, Black Pearl. They have to. He definitely cares. Dang. This is This is hard to watch, y'all. It's hard to watch. It's hard to watch, because I just take this like he just kind of just melting in front of us. You know what I'm saying? He just kind of melting in front of us. Like the confidence is gone, just zapped. He did it. He was trying his best to give the answer and just move on. And when they hit him with the follow up, he cared. He cared. And it just, I don't know if he has the fight in him to deal with this every week. Let me see one before that one, Black Bro. Right, Pit Boy. I see that's a good lineup. I'm not seeing the Black Pearl. Can you send it again? Yeah, I'm not seeing the Black Pearl. Can you send it again for me? And I got you. I'll be sure to be watching for your name. This is. When you see the facial expression and you see him going through it, and because I just listened to it and I was driving, it is, man, oh man, this is a tough watch, y'all. This is a tough watch. Dang.
The quarterback competition, do you feel like just your whole body of work, how do you feel like you have presented yourself in terms of trying to win this thing?
I don't know. I mean, I think that's just gonna, that's gonna be Coach Monken's decision. So, I just continue to just try to win a day each and every day. And like I mentioned before, the organization, Jimmy D, AB, and Monk, Coach Monken is gonna make that decision for the organization.
Do you feel like you've won the job?
I don't know. I don't even get my hopes up, honestly. I mean, yeah, I think I've done a good job to be able to lead this team and be a starter in this league. But again, I don't know how other people's feelings internally. I haven't talked to Coach Monk about that or anybody else. So again, I'm just kind of open with you guys on how this thing's going to play out. I just take it one day at a time, and whenever that time comes, it comes.
Todd said he doesn't know when he's going to make it, but he wants to get somebody in place so they can start getting all the reps with the ones. And I know we talked about it before, but how valuable would that be to be the guy and then moving forward get all those ones?
Yeah, I think it's very valuable for whoever the position goes to. I mean, you gotta build that trust, you gotta build that rhythm, you gotta know how guys operate, and not just for the quarterback, but I think for the whole team, for the whole offense, for the offensive line, being able to hear one cadence, one voice, walking in a huddle, being able to know like how this person operate, how this person, when things break down, how this quarterback is going to operate. So, yeah, I think it's going to be helpful for not just the quarterbacks, but I think just for the whole offense and the whole team.
Man, oh man. What's going on with 11s? Yeah, I saw you say you're going to retype it, Black Pearl, so I'm still looking for it. Bond was in concussion protocol, but he cleared it. Okay, that's good. The leaning back on ownership for the decision. I mean, he's supposed to say he believes he did enough to win it, but it's kind of just hard to just take his words at face value when he kind of said he didn't care, but then he talked about the raw emotions of how they booed when he was down and hurt. So, man, oh man.
Good.
I was going to ask real quick, Deshaun, do you feel like, if you are named the starter, do you feel like some of those feelings that you talked about before, will dissipate and that you can develop a really nice relationship with Browns fans and that you can put that stuff in the rearview mirror, or will you always carry some of that with you? What's your feeling on that?
I'm going to say this. It seems like the lead content creator was trying to give him an opportunity to clean this up. I don't think she worded it properly, but it seems like she was trying to give him a chance to clean it up. Because it sounds like she's saying, if you play better, could you fix the relationship between you and the fans? But it's so many words. It goes on so long. It kind of leans on a sore spot, which you already see. Instead of just saying, "Hey, do you think you could y'all could kind of mend the fracture between you and fans if you play good?" And she was trying, but it just she was doing too much. She was doing too much. My only concern is if they name Shedeur the starter, they need to get behind him all the way. He doesn't need to be thinking that if he has a bad game, that he will lose the starting job. Give him the year. I 1,000% agree with you, Black Pearl. I believe you say this is the starter for the year. For the year. You got to say this is the starter for the year. D, she was trying to help him. I think it didn't come out the best, but I really was leaning towards, I think she tried to help him here. She didn't put it together the right way. It was too long. She needed to say, hey, if you play better, if y'all start winning some games, you think y'all could fix it. But it didn't get to that. And then this is the answer.
I don't know. I mean, the only time I feel that energy is when I'm in the stadium or it's on social media. Like I mentioned before, when I'm in public, no one's mentioned anything. So I think that's the only time those people that's holding it in is trying to, disrupt the energy. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a social media, players can't respond back. And then in the stadium, players can't respond back. So I get it. I understand it, So it is what it is.
We're going to take two more. Quarterback job is tough enough. Can you defeat that negativity?
I don't know. It's a mental battle every day. I feel like I get more love on road games than I do home games. So if it is my spot and he does make me the name, maybe it's 17 away games then. I don't know.
What about the fact that you got...
It just didn't get no better, y'all. It didn't get no better. It just didn't get no better. It didn't get no better. If it was close, I just don't know how you can see this and then you can tell the team with what happened on the football field today, overall, what they've seen. I don't know how you can get in front of that team and say, we got to rally behind him as our starter, when the flip side is what they've seen from Shedeur. I don't know how you can get in front of a team and say that. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I don't know how you do that. I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's get to Shedeur. Let's get to Shedeur. He is mentally checked out. Part of being a good quarterback, you have to have strong mental. That's a fact. I think his play today added his energy in the presser. I agree with that. Wet 11's D looks so perplexed. Because it's just like you know, like when you hear something, but now this is the first time I'm actually seeing like the body language and stuff at the same time as listening to it, and I'm just seeing it like, oh my goodness. I really don't know how you tell your team that we got to go to battle with him. Did you see Boston on the sideline with Watson through the pass? I think Toolman said he sent it to me. I didn't get a chance to check it out yet. But I'm going to check it out soon. Cleveland media needs some cleansing. The hate is fueled by the same media. I agree with that. Negative energy, asking someone, can you defeat the negative energy, is ridiculous. Does the Cleveland media not know they are the problem? They don't think they are. It's crazy. They don't think they are. They don't think nothing they do is an issue. What's going on, Dr. Clyde Marshall? One voice Shedeur, one cadence Shedeur. If it is a preposition, if the coach had named Shedeur the first string QB, hence Monken would have had more time with the defense. And A for Shedeur. Shedeur did great today. He did great today. Just think they seem to have been trying to help him mentally already. How can they trust him moving forward? I don't think you can. In contrast, Shedeur is over here all zen, smiles, and monk. Parish priest, Buddha warriors in. He's chilling. The team won't believe in him because it seems that he doesn't believe in himself right now. It was unclear if Boston shake down his head because of the pass or the Bulls. Oh, got you. Okay, got you. If Watson's a starter now, the locker room will be lost. Yeah, I don't think you can put them in that position. Like on the defensive side of the ball, you got guys like Jared Verse, the Joker, Quincy Williams, and the energy and the effort and the way they carry themselves. And then on the flip side, you can have an offense side like that. I just don't get it. You can't say he's the leader of the team and expect this team to believe they have a decent shot at winning games. Yeah, it just because you want to see that mental toughness when stuff gets really hard. D, that's the ding. Monken can't get in front of the team and say their leader is Deshaun. Monken said the team will decide who's a QB1. It is time, in my opinion, has time. This sealed the fate of what it was going to be. If it was ever going to be anything different, you can't do anything different now. Not after today. Let's get to Shedeur's presser.
I feel the same how I feel every day.
I mean, to start 8 for 8.
Night and day, y'all. Night and day. Let me go back just a little bit. I feel the same way I feel every day. Oh my goodness. All right, let me start this over. Night and day difference, y'all. David Carr said, we watched him last week, the roles reversed, Shedeur played like the vet, Deshaun played like the rookie.
How comfortable did you feel
I
out
agree.
there, especially on those couple of really early drives?
I would say I feel the same how I feel every day.
I mean, to start 8 for 8, get that touchdown to Luke, did you feel like you were able to find a rhythm pretty quickly?
No, like I feel like that every day. I'm being honest. Like just because I went 8 for 8, like I don't really keep track of that, in my mind. It's just like I get to that place every day, in practice. So it's just like translates.
What were you most proud?
It's night and day, y'all. It's night and day. It's night and day. Everybody remembers Kobe at the press conference, and they had just won, I think, game 2, and they were up 2-0. And they said, Kobe, you're not smiling. And he said, job's not finished. And they couldn't understand why he didn't celebrate the 2 wins that they already had, because it takes 4 to win the championship. So 2 doesn't mean that much. The same way Shedeur is saying, I feel this way every day. Every day I believe this is what I can achieve. This is what I could do. So it's not a different day. It's just I got the opportunity to show you that this is how I feel every day. Also, one thing I noticed, like, they look for progression style answers. Well, how did you change from the first day of OTAs to today? No, you write on this every day. You should see the change. If you are accurately writing what you see in OTAs, in practice, in training camp, and in preseason games, you should never ask the player what have they progressed in. You should see the progression. You should go the first day of OTAs and say, Coach Monken wants to do this, this, and this. And if you are going to do this, this, and this, if they weren't doing it then, and they're able to do it now, the progression is what you saw. You would never have to ask the player, what is the progression you made, if you know what you're looking at. The first day I learned to count to 10. The next day I learned to count to 20. You listen to me count out loud the whole time. You should know the progression. I shouldn't get 3 questions in a row about progression. You should have seen it. You should have seen my footwork get better when you wrote the article last year and said my footwork was bad. You should have seen in the OTA breakdown where you said Deshaun was ahead when he was selling the play fakes. You should see how well I'm selling the play fakes now when I'm in the preseason game. You should see the progression if you know what you're looking at. You shouldn't have to keep asking me, what is the progression from this day to this day? What is the progression from this day to this day? Why don't you see it? Is the better question. How do you write the articles and you never see the progression? You never know what people are getting good at. You crushed me last week because you say I'm running high school offense and I can't get stuff done in practice. Then now today you got to say, oh, it looks a lot better. I should be named the starter. How did we go from I didn't know what to do in high school offense to now I should be named the starter of this football team? Don't make sense. They lost so much they can't keep up. They probably don't even watch the games. The view they have, they actually got a really good view. So if you look at when you see the all 22 film, you know they got the back view. That's the view I kind of like to watch football at, but it's a tight view on the all 22. So I like to sit and watch it from the back view, almost like it looks like Madden, because you can see everything. You can count out. You can say, okay, oh, that safety is back. That safety is up. This corner is in press. You can see all that. You can see how many people are on this side versus this side. I like to watch it that view. They have where they watch the game from. It's almost like they watch the high all 22 view, where you can see more of the field. You can see the full progression of the play, and they still don't know what they're looking at. With one of the best views in the house. Their view is so good you can't even buy their view. It is glassed in, it is 3 rows, and it is for them. It is for reporters to watch the game. Great view. They can't tell you what they're looking at. They cannot tell you what they're looking at. I went to 2, and there's only 2 types of people in war. Warriors, honorable, and coward opportunists. That's it. I spent 7 years in combat zone. You either one or the other. Talk to him, man. Shedeur's mental toughness and inner light has never been more evident than with this contrast to Deshaun. When you watch one and the other one, when you watch one and then you watch the other one, which one would you tell your team to get behind? Which one? Who would you say, we're going to run through a wall for him? Which one? Which one? Appreciate that, Tiger 84. I think Watson needs to figure himself. Once you do that, no one can make you feel bad about your past mistakes. I agree with that. Shedeur looks prepared. My name is Binoculars. I saw the Bills and the Bears secondary retreating when Shedeur was a QB. That means respect for his arm. He can beat us over top, so we got to make sure we play deep. Shedeur was primed and ready to give them the business, and I loved it. I can also tell how Deshaun was feeling was affecting Shedeur. He's all about vibes and empathy. I agree. Shedeur says he asked God for the strength to deal with the Cleveland media. He did. I thought that was hilarious when he said that. To sit up here in front of y'all, even though the stuff y'all say online. D is a warrior. You can tell he has an ethos and standard he lives by. Not like Shedeur Watson, opportunist and self-gratification. Shout out to you too, man. Man, I try, man. I try to have a standard. It's a standard to how I do things and how I want to live. And I just hold myself to that. even with nobody looking. Deshaun has the luxury of never having to work again. He was baby this entire camp. If he doesn't have his comeback, he still doesn't have real pressure on him. He can retire comfortably. As healthy as he's going to be, there's a guy who is going to get you out of the vehicle when bullets fly, and a guy who is going to let you die. Oh, man. Which one do you want to be your leader? Let's get back to Shedeur.
Proud of being able to build on from the first preseason game into your performance in this first half.
I would say to get the first completion. I would say that was the biggest difference. And then it was just rolling. That's it. And then operating within the huddle and play clock and everything, just being on time. Not letting the play clock get too low to where it could be, a little hazard. But I was just operating, just being in control. That's it.
Shedeur, Todd said how impressed he was by you, not just today, but
Here we go. Here go another progression question. So if you were to listen to the last person's question, he just gave you what he felt like he got better at. So you know how the best way to follow it up? Let me ask you another question. That's the same. It's crazy. Same questions. What do you think you have improved on since last year? What do you think you should work on? Can you explain the internal clock media? The game is slowing down for Shedeur. More to come. I agree with that. Shedeur unlocks all of Monken's playbook versus Deshaun only has 5% available to him, or if he even wants to use. He was on the sideline cutting up with a Didi. I got to watch that. I have to watch that. You see they used Denzel Boston as a decoy that whole first quarter. I see the vision, though. Featured the backup steal. He took the pressure off receivers in the red zone. I agree with that. I agree. I was surprised that Denzel Boston was lined up out there. I was surprised. I was very surprised, but definitely made them be a little bit more honest. That's what a ex-receiver should do. That's what they should do. They don't listen this clear. They don't. Progression. Let's see if he asks about clocks. Man, that clock's pressure was crazy. Like, clock. Which clock are you talking about? His interview on the sideline was lit, but when he comes to the close media presser, they drain his energy. They do. This is Exhibit A. Right to your point, Key Mathis.
Since the start of the offseason program. So, can you look back on how you improved from then until now?
How I improved every aspect of my life. I'll say I improved, at least my relationship with God, to be able to come up here every day and talk to everybody, regardless of opinions, of how people, what they say online and all this different type of stuff. Even those that sitting in front of me today, I still approach y'all and greet y'all with kindness, because God gave me that. God gave me the wisdom to be able to not be emotionally fazed by individuals and people, because I'm here for a bigger purpose.
I'm sorry,
that wasn't enough. But what does that mean to football? Do you not understand that the role of a quarterback is to be mentally tough, to be able to deal with things that are good, the bad, the ups, the down, not be rattled, not be shaken. What he just explained to you is why he is able to be calm. He just explained it to you. Well, what does that mean to football? I don't know. Is there ever a moment where you need your quarterback to be calm? Is there ever a moment where you need your quarterback to not be rattled? Is there a moment where you never need your quarterback's emotion to not take over and you're still able to lead the people that are on your team? I don't know. Maybe those are some traits that your starting quarterback should need. And he just missed it. He just missed it. Playing right over his head. He just missed it, y'all. He missed it. No clue. He don't know. You're like, man, forget all that you talking about. What about this football? What? What? Come on, man. Come on. Marie, what's going on? What's going on, Marie? How you doing? How you doing this Saturday night? Just completely missed it. Listen to what he said, y'all.
I appreciate that. But as a football player,
So, you don't understand what a quarterback is responsible for. You don't understand their role. You don't understand mentally what they need to be able to deal with. Man, just say, look, you answer me, but I don't know, man. Or just go to somebody else. Go to somebody else. Say you don't understand. That's one of the things I say. When people, they comment under my social media and they might not have seen something or they might not understand something, I say, look, if you don't understand, ask questions. If you don't understand, ask questions. Ask questions, man, because he don't understand. Yeah, but, man, you talking to me about all this. Tell me about football. Huh? Come on, man.
True. I mean, I says football is an aspect of my life, but I'm God sent, honestly. And that's me being a football player.
Hey, y'all. So, look, this is my first time seeing. This is my first time actually seeing the way Shedeur just looked at him. Hold on. Bear with me. I got to rewind that back. Let me see. 38-25. Oh, I got to rewind that back. He just looked at him like, is that a better answer? Oh, hold on. Let's look at this again, y'all. Let's look at this. We got to rewind this back. Yeah, this is not Tony. This is somebody else. I can't remember if this is just the one that's asking about the clocks. We have to rewind this back, y'all. Hold on. Hold on.
Sorry, I appreciate that. But but as a football player, how you improved?
I mean, I says football is an aspect of my life, but I'm God sent, honestly. And that's me being a football player.
Sure, on that
He just stared at him like, anymore? We gonna go through this again. We can do this all day. I got nothing but time up here. We can do this all day. I got nothing but time, man. Nothing. He just looked at him. That better? Oh, man. What's going on, R Jizzle? What is going on? What's going on, R Jizzle? He did. I didn't see this. I told y'all I just listened to these, so like seeing them, their body language and stuff. Oh man, like, oh man. Do you know? Like I know we can have 4 seasons of weather in a day for real. Today, I told somebody in the elevator. I said, man, we got 3 of the 4 seasons today. It's crazy, all in one day. All in one day. All right, Jizzle, welcome in, R Jizzle. We on the road with it. I'm down in the bunker, so I don't have my sound effects, but welcome in. When Shedeur said, yeah, before the starter question, I knew he was not for the foolishness with that second question. For real. And then just looked at him like, is that good? Is that good enough for you? Cole, you stupid. For real.
There's a 4th down play to Blake.
Oh, man.
Stood in the pocket.
Just mugged him.
Todd mentioned you being comfortable waiting for him to come open. What did you see on that play? And then also the touchdown to Luke in the back of the end zone.
I would say we had
they don't know nothing at all.
That we could have gotten to another play. And I like the look because it was 2 different, front side of zone, back side of man. And we talk about decisions and talk about, okay, if you may not get in the perfect place, so don't try to get too perfect, but just go with your gut and go with how you feel. And I stick with the play, and I went through the progressions, and I kind of know how things are going to play out sometimes. So I was able to find comfort in that because I know my guys are going to be on the field. And I like pressure situations. I like 2-minute drill. I like all these different aspects that you would love your quarterback to be in. Like that's what makes me as a person. I grew up with pressure. So I like those moments. That's when I feel the best. Even thinking about the 2-minute drill, even in practice, I remember we had the same 2-minute last time we played the Bills, you know, and we wasn't really successful, but, you know, they got me once then. I couldn't let that same thing happen for the second time. So it's like, they did great in their scheme and everything whenever we played them the first time last year and everything they did, but I just feel like when it comes to being able to move the ball and everything, like, I'm the guy that likes to move the ball and like to put the ball in the air.
With a lightning delay like we had today, what did you do like while you was kind of waiting to get back out there?
I was just talking to God. I was just talking to God, honestly. That's all I was doing, you know, because it could get frustrating sometimes when you're ready and it's just not time yet, you know, but God gave me the wisdom to be able to just, like, regardless, whenever it's time to go out there and just be you. So I think about that in every aspect of life. Like, if it's something that you want and, you know, it's not on your time, and when you want things to happen, it's on God's time when it's supposed to happen, you know. So that's what I live by and that's what I think of. So I'm patient with everything in life because nothing's really on my time.
Shedeur, we just talked to Deshaun and, you know, he's upset about the fans and the booing, and you just talked about being mentally tough. In that situation, when you're going against a guy that you're competing against, who's also your teammate, you know, knowing that you have that mental stability, like, to come alongside of him, how is that, you know, how did you do that with Deshaun today, or did you do that?
Yeah, I mean, well, in general, I don't appreciate that at all. Just regardless of competition, we all human beings. And I think we all need to understand that, you know, in this room too. We all humans. So it's like, I don't really do things to humans I wouldn't really want done to me, you know, and I don't really like making people feel uncomfortable in different spaces, and that's why even sometimes, like, daily things I do, like, I try to make sure everybody comfortable, you know, because a lot of things, just even how I am as a person, sometimes can make people uncomfortable, you know. So, I mean, I'm obviously aware of that, and just for all the fans and everything, like, we appreciate y'all and showing up and everything, and however y'all feel about the situation, about Deshaun and about everything, like, still, you know, I think it's more about a bigger purpose of just respect, you know. It's just a respect thing that I feel like should be there, because we all out there trying to do our best and trying to serve the franchise the best way possible. We going out there to win games. We're doing everything we can do. So, you know, I don't really appreciate that.
I guess off of that.
I think that was good of Shedeur to come to the defense of Deshaun during the competition. Just like last year, he came to the defense of Dillon Gabriel. I think this is a situation and circumstances that happened before Shedeur was on the Cleveland Browns. I remember saying this previously, like, Deshaun has a reason to be guarded with the media in Cleveland, and he has an interesting past with the fans of Cleveland, because this is not the first time they booed Deshaun. They've booed Deshaun previously. They booed him when he got injured. So appreciate Shedeur, respect Shedeur for stepping in. I think this one's a little bit different, where some people, I don't think they're ever open to rooting for Deshaun, and that is their choice. I can't tell people who to root for, but I think this one is a little bit different than when it was Dillon and people were booing Dillon, because they were kind of looking at that like he got the spot that Dillon got the spot that Shedeur didn't get, opportunities that he didn't get. But this one is years of this situation going on, so just slightly different. But shout out to Shedeur. Even if they're in competition, he's gonna make sure he rides for his team, rides for his guys, even ones who are, you know, competing for the same job as him. It's only so much shield that Shedeur can do on this one. Dillon is different. I agree with that. Best content creator, review Shedeur Shedeur's at JSU and at CU when he was on the 1 yard line. His team never punted from the 1 yard line. Shedeur would often move the offense to the 20 yard line. I seen it a lot. I was staying up late watching those CU games. I was staying up late watching all of them. Meter never points out how nobody from the franchise comes out to stick up for him. No, because they have so much tunnel vision with them just trying to write the next story and to get the next headline that they kind of don't build up. Kind of like when I was talking about the progression thing, how they should tell us what the progression is, not them just go ask the player what the progression is if they were paying attention. But they miss so much that they miss it right in front of them. They miss it right in front of them. Shout out to Real Fresh Food. We appreciate you. Cleveland media is all about one-sided compassion, and Shedeur just exposed it with his answer. I agree with that. What question is next? What pant leg do you put on first? For real. You start left leg or right leg? You kind of look like a left leg person. Brady has stories of mental games he had to play to get people hyped to compete at the level he needed them to. Yeah, you gotta find the way to pull the most out of the people who you're going to battle with. Browns fans are tired of BS. I agree. It would not be who Shedeur is if he didn't stand up for his teammate. I agree with that. Interesting. I didn't realize that. We're going to have to listen to the rest of Shedeur's presser because I didn't know those three didn't ask any questions. Ivy League, Matt. I didn't know. Wow.
How has your relationship with Deshaun kind of evolved from last year to this year and through this the competition you guys have kind of been in throughout camp?
I would say over time it's definitely like everybody's more comfortable. I would say last year I was more trying to like figure out what I have to do in each and every day, just to continue everything, to be in the right mental space overall. I would say that's where I was at last year, but this year I've been able to get comfortable, be able to talk to all my teammates like a lot more and be able to be myself. So that's why when you say it's 4th and short and I feel comfortable out there, that's because I'm myself again. So being able to have those relationships with everybody in the quarterback room is extremely important. And that's what even what the coaches said whenever they first got there. Like, this quarterback room and everybody got to be a unit, got to be a team, regardless of who's going out there. Because you would want the same type of respect, if you was going out there. So, our motto is really treat everyone how you want to be treated, honestly. And, not really playing to the games, the online games and all the different type of stuff.
This organization sat up there and starved the fan base of their talented young quarterback in favor of Joe Flacco and freaking Dylan. They did. Shedeur is there for all of his teammates, like last year when he was there for Andre Smith, making that field goal when his mom had passed away 10 days before he reported to training camp. Good call out, Selma Fudd, and good call out, Selma Fudd, because I remember the Cleveland media tried to say he did that to get spotlight on him. Not he did that because he's sticking up for his teammates. So good call out right there, Selma Fudd. Vernacular speech, rhetoric. Shedeur's ears and brains did not bow to the questions. Did not. Good. They should keep it that way the rest of Shedeur's time. They are real quiet. The fans see how they get to play with again. Yeah, I think if they were going to try, not up to today. After today, they cannot play the game that they could have potentially had planned. Deshaun and Shedeur was on that honest filter where he alluded to knowing what they be said. They didn't want to open up that can of worms. Yeah, they ain't want no part of it. Breaking news. Tony G just said the QB tracker reported 5 interceptions for Shedeur in the game. For real. They be so off. Let's keep it going.
You talked about, throughout this training camp, just controlling what you can control while you guys wait on a quarterback decision. So I guess after starting today, if a decision comes in the next couple of days or whenever it comes, how do you feel about the job you've done in doing that?
I think I've wake up and feel the same. Honestly, I think if you do things based off the situation you're in, and it's like you're not really doing everything to your max. You're not giving your all. Like, I don't just want to be the starter. Now I got to lock in a little more. Like, that's what I told everybody in pregame. And I don't know if they'll put the pregame, but I said to them because it had a little language in there. It had a little bit in there. So, I don't know. But I told them, like, we did everything. So it's no point of being nervous. There's no point of feeling any different type of way. We put in the work. We do everything that we could do. And I don't live with regrets. So anything that I've done, like, that's just who I am. Like, I don't really live with regrets or anything. So, I don't know. I sleep better at night knowing I do everything I can. And however things fall, it falls.
Good call out about Ivy League back. I didn't even think about they didn't ask any questions. I didn't even think about that because they definitely asked questions to Deshaun. They didn't ask any questions. He keeps telling y'all it is the same hard work he do every day. I don't think they understand that. They don't understand the principle of what he's explaining to them. So they think that, I'm in a competition, I got to do this, this, and this differently than I always do it. Which, if you make the standard, you just do that every time. You don't change the standard because now I'm in a competition. Now I'm the starter. Now I'm this. You just show up that way every single day. Then you don't have to change it. You don't have to change it. You just show up who you are every single day. So, he's saying it every which way, and they still just, it's going right by him. It is going right by them. Right by him. They were trying to help Deshaun out. I think they were. That one just took a turn. They all asked Monken and Deshaun questions. Yeah, I remember hearing them ask questions because the lead content creator is the one who asked the question that was trying to help Deshaun clean it up, but he was like, nah, this is how I feel. So I definitely remember her asking questions. And TG asked the question of if he can ever overcome that mental fight of maybe the fans not rooting for him. So they definitely did ask questions early. They definitely did. They don't want to talk to him because they were getting eaten up online all weekend. Dang, see, so it's been a long weekend for me, so I haven't seen much. The last thing I kind of seen with the local media is the Adam the Bull stuff. He was, when he put out that, the best thing for the Browns to do this year is to lose to get the quarterback. That's the last thing I seen. So, if they did other stuff, oh my goodness. They didn't ask questions because they know Shedeur fans monitoring the behavior. Somebody they're being exposed. I just want to see if we got any early reactions. No, they didn't ask questions. They were getting their on X last night from some of the fans. They bad about it. Oh no, I gotta look into it. Watch Cleveland media shut this down and pretend this didn't happen. He's young, rich, handsome, confident, and black, so they hit it. Oh well, better suck it up. Hashtag New Cleveland, rest up. This is their quarterback. This is our quarterback. This is the new quarterback of the Cleveland Browns. Y'all know when you watch boxing and they say, and still, or the new quarterback of the Cleveland Browns is right here. It was a mess. Lama tried to keep it going this morning, but no one is giving him attention. So when I was on Instagram earlier, I saw a post come up that ESPN combined Deshaun and Shedeur stats from last week's game and today's, and it said, who do you think should be QB1? They don't stop. Come on. If you think about it, just off the top of my head, if you combine their stats, you still want Shedeur. Unless they're gonna die on the hill of the interceptions. That's about it. And it's 2-1, so it's not a big difference. I think they think the Archie family is going to let him come here. They got another thing coming. Nobody wants to sit their child to be disintegrated by media. Cleveland is worse than New York. Yeah, I think they're going to choose. I think the Manny's going to choose, and I think some teams he ain't going to be able to go to. Like, I don't think he's going to be able to go to the Jets. I don't think so. Or they're going to have some say-so up in there. They're going to have some say-so. What? Hold on. Hold on. I'm reading a message, Wet 11s. What in the world? So they told that about Daryl to try to help him? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hold on. How did I miss all this stuff happen? How did I miss all this stuff happen on X? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Because y'all filling me in and I'm reading this and I'm just like, wow. What? What? Hey y'all, if somebody clowned me, don't tell my personal information trying to defend me. Why are you giving them ammunition? Why are you giving them ammunition? Like, hey, if somebody clown me, just let them clown me, y'all. Don't try to defend me with my personal business. Don't try to defend me with that. Just say you got it. Just say you got it. X has been on fire all weekend. Man, and here I'm out here talking about football. Oh my goodness. I'm out here talking about football. I'm out here talking about football and it's going down over there. Okay. So did Daryl now I gotta ask. They brought Shiloh into it. What do Shiloh got to do with this? How did? Oh my goodness! This. This too much, y'all. This too much. This too much. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Why do you think that's going to why do you think that's going to go well? Why do you think that's going to go well calling out a fan base? Like, I don't root for the Arizona Cardinals. So I don't worry about what their fan base is doing. So they brought up the make a sandwich thing from months ago? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I don't understand it. Like, I'm not an Arizona Cardinals fan. I don't really care what their fans talk about. It don't matter to me. So I don't understand why you feel the need to call somebody else's fans names and Britt, you said you was gonna need to use that. You said you was gonna need to use that. Oh my goodness. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Like, I don't have a name for people who hate on Shedeur. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need to put a name on it. I don't even really need to talk about it. Like, I don't understand why they feel the need to take shots at people who support somebody else. If you don't believe in the person, don't believe in the person. That's cool. Like, nobody is looking for you to believe in who I believe in, but once you start calling them names and then people respond to you, like, I have a rule, y'all. I have a rule, and I don't even tell other people they need to follow this rule or anything, but I try to limit how much I disrespect people, because when you disrespect someone, they can respond however you want, how they see fit. So if you go around disrespecting people and then people meet your disrespect with another level of disrespect, that's on the initial person for disrespecting. That's how I see it. So I try to limit that. I try to keep it to football as much as I can, but you can't open the door for disrespect. You know what I'm saying? You can't throw stones and live in a glass house. You cannot throw stones and live in a glass house, and you open yourself up for disrespect when you disrespect people. So I don't even understand why people feel the need to talk about people that they don't agree with. Like, people that troll and all this stuff about Shedeur, I just laugh at it. Like, I don't take it personal. I don't feel any type of way. I don't feel the need I got to go look for their comments and go. I don't feel none of that stuff. So to me, their approach is off. And if you start with disrespect and people know, they might exceed your disrespect. Tessa said, "Who is Daryl?" Tessa is Daryl. I'm gonna spell his name out. I think it is. How you spell his name? Is it like this? He covers the Browns. Tessa. He covers the Browns. Their engagement tactics were no longer working. So they farm targeting to get engagement, hence them going at Boog. We're still not going to look at their platform and click their content. Nah, they're not gonna get me that way. They're not gonna get me that way. They're not gonna get me. It seemed like Beast. It seemed like all of them was saying stuff. I guess from what I'm gathering from this, it was Lima saying something about Shiloh, I guess. It was weird how they are clearly that they're clearly salty that Shedeur is so famous and popular, but then they constantly trash him and think nobody will respond. This is what they're asking for. I agree with that. Oh no. Let me see what 11s. People said they're going to call Roger Goodell and have Trump investigate the NFL. They talk about oh my goodness. Oh yeah, that. Oh my goodness. Wet 11s. That's why I have my rules on disrespect. I don't just go around just disrespecting people like that. Let me see. Actually, I'm gonna do it on my phone because I got too many of my accounts logged into stuff on stuff. So let me see. Zedric, why is he posting that at like 8 something in the morning? What is going on? What is going on? Man, these people are wild. This is just confirmation that I'm just not going to click on anything they do or look at anything they do. I'm not gonna do it. They tripping. They are tripping. Watson is done with Cleveland. Yeah, it seems that way. Dear management staff of the Cleveland Browns, it's true. I could not beat out Quinn Ewers in practice. However, if I'm drafted 10th, I will not play for the Browns. I respect Shedeur, and you do not. Yeah, I don't know about the. I don't know about the lead content creator daughter or none of that stuff. That is, man, that is. Oh man, oh man. Shout out to y'all for giving me up to speed on what's been happening this weekend, but that is, man, I'ma stay in my lane. Like I'ma stay in my lane, like LeVar Ball used to say. I'ma stay in my lane. I'ma stay in my lane, y'all. I'ma stay in my lane. That's what I'm gonna tell y'all. I'ma stay in my lane. Man, oh man. Just to give y'all an update, Monday stream, I think I'm gonna have to start the stream at 11 a.m. instead of 10:30. I'm probably gonna have to start the stream at 11 a.m. So it might just be a little late on Monday, but I appreciate y'all working with me around my different schedule that has been this weekend. I appreciate y'all. Let me see. Do they have it on? Beast, remind me, who did it? Was it NFL? Was it NFL Network who did the interview? Let me see. We can watch the Shedeur sideline interview. Then that'll be the last thing we'll watch before we get up out of here. Let's see. All right, I think I'm gonna have to watch a version of it that somebody else put up. Let's see.
Standing by with today's starting quarterback, Shedeur Sanders.
Shedeur.
All right, y'all, here we go. I found it. This is Shedeur Sanders TV on YouTube. That's whose channel it is. We'll check this out before we get out of here. I saw Boog at the game. Oh, they showed it on the local feed. Okay. All right. So I think this is a like a rip copy from it. So here we go. Let's react to it. Shedeur singing Neon Fab to his supporters. I'm a movement by myself, but I'm a force when we're together. You make me better. I'm good all by myself, but you make me better. That used to be my stuff. I used to listen to that a lot. I was a big Fab fan. I don't watch them. I saw the repost because ain't nothing gonna make me view them. Yeah, they can't get my view. They can't get my view. Here we go. Let's check it out. This is my first time seeing it. I haven't seen this. So let's check it out together. Here we go.
9 of 11 completed passes to a handful of different receivers. How do you assess your half of play?
My half, I would say, it felt great to be back in the stadium. It felt great to be able to put on a show for the time I had out there.
You've told us that for you it's not about the splash because you know you have the splash plays. It's about the little things. The operation, the huddle, using cadence to your advantage. How about that? How did all that go?
It went really good today. I'm overall proud of the way how we operated. We got to get out the huddle a little faster, and we're gonna work on that. But overall, today was a pretty good day. But I messed up before I got on the field.
What happened?
I didn't go out for the coin toss.
You were supposed to be the game captain.
No, I know I was the captain, but I just thought I was like the captain of the team for the week, you know? I didn't know I was captain of the coin toss.
Okay, well, you got past that, clearly.
It was a laughing moment with Coach Monken and everybody. Like, it was funny. I'm like, my fault, Coach. I thought we were just being situational aware. I thought you were just informing me on what we gonna do, you know, when it happens. So I'm happy I got that out the way.
All right, well, you got that out of the way. That was a little blip. And then you had that rain delay. What did you do while you were in there for half an hour?
Man, I'm telling you, right then, I was just talking to God. And I'm like, he knows what I'm able to go out here and do. I'm just a vessel. He's just going to shine through me. So, throughout delays, throughout everything, we're still able to put on a show.
Maybe you can talk to the weather gods for me.
It's only one guy, baby, and that's all I know. There's only one guy.
All right, let's talk about this.
She definitely missed that. He said, it's only one. It's only one.
It's competition. You also said this is not a decision that is yours. But when you think about being in this competition, in this race for the last few months, what's been the biggest part of growth for you, and how do you feel about how you've handled all of it?
Well, first, I would say I don't really feel comfortable. I don't really like overall, you know, like, whenever the whole stadium, like, booing and stuff, like, when the shot get in, because he going out there, he trying to put in work, too, just how we all are. So, you know, just as being a person, like, I don't really like that, and I don't really, you know, respect that. However y'all feel is how y'all feel about an individual, about a person, but when somebody going out there trying to do their best, then you know, I don't really sit right with me overall. So that's something that we don't really like.
You and Deshaun have actually worked together extremely well throughout this entire process.
While we work against each other, we both people that's trying to get to our goals. Like, that's all it is. We're not in control of that. I was here, he was here, and this is what happened. So it's like a lot of the time it's like we're in competition of our ability on what we could do, not as people. That's in like real life.
One of the challenges, besides splitting reps, is being a leader when you do have to be in the middle of a competition. You said that you have a better understanding of what it means to be a quarterback, be a leader. What does that mean?
Well, I would say overall a better understanding is just understanding the NFL gameplay and understanding that the amount of time, the amount of dedication, what gives your guys confidence, you know? So it's different. Like in college, what gives your guys confidence is different than, of course, in the league when you got a bunch of different players from different backgrounds and different ages and everything. So it's just overall understanding the whole scope and understanding what makes everybody feel comfortable.
When you think about everything you've done since Todd Monken has been here, and he said he would really like to have a decision this week, have you done enough? Do you think this is your job?
I don't think in life, I don't feel like I'll ever be done enough. If I've done enough in life, I'll be retired. But nah, I see it. Listen, I got eyes in the back of my head, that's why I be stepping up in the pocket sometimes. But nah, I think I can improve in areas, and that's what I'm striving for each and every day. If I was a finished product, we wouldn't be right here talking right now. I'd be on the field. You know, I'd be on the field if I was a finished product because, you know, it'll just be my team overall, and I'll be wanting to get every rep. But that's not the situation, and it's okay. You know, one day will come.
Browns fans are very antsy for a decision. Are you antsy for a decision, or are you fine with how long this rolls?
I would say God taught me patience. Nothing gonna happen on my time, so why act like it is? So if I don't really live with I don't really live in a rush. You feel rushed when I would say when you have a childish mindset, you want to rush to do things. You want to rush to get an answer. Like, regardless if I'm the starter or not, it's like I'm going to still do my work. I'm going to still do what I got to do as if I am. And even if I am, then cool, that's even better. But I'm not in no rush to get an answer because it's not going to change anything on how I'm going about my life.
All right, well, part of your job is being a great teammate. Your offensive line looked like those guys took a big jump from last week. What were you most pleased with your protection?
Most pleased with? I would say...
You was not lying on Freedom TV. You was not lying. I just watched 3 minutes go off the play clock while we've been listening to this interview. You was not lying about that. He said, I would be retired if I had it all figured out. I told you this interview was long. I wish Shedeur would threaten to retire to establish his own positive media network in Cleveland. They'd be real mad. Independent media is changing the game. Independent media is changing the game. All for one and one for all, for real. I know that's right. There's only one guy. We don't play about that, whether a football guy, only one guy. And he was like, he said it as a joke so it'll come off lighthearted to her, but he was serious about that. He was serious about that. He was serious about that. People just miserable in life, the only ones that I could see really, hating on Shedeur. She interviewing him like the game is over. She is. Like, they don't got to get back to the rest of nothing. Shedeur probably like, man, I want to watch my team play. Yeah, because that's what it was. He kept, trying to see the plays as they was happening. They were trying to divert attention. They sent AB onto Cleveland Station to distract from the game. AB was on there. AB was on there too? They had AB on the radio? Oh my goodness! I seen I took so many pictures, y'all. I got a whole bunch of pictures. I got a bunch of pictures, but AB done got cocky. AB, he been in the gym. He been in the gym. All right, let's see. Let's get back to it.
Just the eye contact, just being there, and that's funny. The eye contact, though, for sure. When we're in the huddle and being able to engage those guys and understanding my job and what I have to do and the respect that we have to each other. Like I was talking to one of the guys yesterday, a long time, just about fronts and just about a lot of different things. And I think having conversations and spending those time with guys like build relationships. Because everybody on this field is obviously a smart individual. Because they wouldn't have been able to make it this far if they wasn't. So it's kind of like getting pieces and them and all of us talking about different things. Even in my drop, I'll tell them, all right, cool, this is what I want to do here. And that's what we was talking about at halftime with some of the tackles. I'm like, okay, we just got to get more reps with each other so we can understand each other's comfort zone.
I asked Todd Monken before the game, what was his advice to you? He said he told you to have fun. Did you have fun?
Yeah, every day's fun. I have fun every day. So today was fun. The rain delay, that wasn't really fun, but it gave me more time to just talk to God, So I was really excited about that.
All right, what about the interview? Was the interview fun?
Yes, this is fun. I like connecting with people and talking with people.
Well, Shedeur got another supporter because after a good interview, she's gonna talk about the whole season. I interviewed Shedeur and it was like this and it was like this. Yes, Andrew Berry talked after Shedeur performance. Okay, I gotta go look for it. He was on the official Cleveland sports station, I think. Okay, they got two things up in the stadium. I think one is 92.3 The Fan, and the other one is a country station I saw in the stadium. AB been working out with his team. Yeah, AB, he looking swole. AB needs to be hunting bubble players. Maybe make a trade and fill some holes before roster cuts. Yeah, we definitely gonna add a couple players. I definitely think we are. See y'all later. Got to get over to see the Atlanta Dream make the playoffs. Appreciate you for stopping by. Appreciate you for all your support. Real fresh food. Good to see you. Enjoy the game. Enjoy the game. I'm in Texas, and they cut the game, so I wasn't able to see Deshaun Watson full third quarter. They said it's a mess. Cut the feeds. I didn't know they cut it that early. Oh, my goodness. They cut it in the third quarter? So y'all didn't even... That means... Did anybody see, like, when Dylan got in and, like, they couldn't run a play? Did anybody see that? When Dylan was in, his first, I think, 3 plays, they couldn't run a play. It was 3 false starts. Next media appearance, JW is going to be cranky. I'm calling it. This is not going the way he planned. Yeah. This is going different. He's hated for loving God. It's the thing that it's the answer that they can't deal with. AB said Deshaun was getting more comfortable out there, and I thought, who says that about the starter if it's definitive? I agree with that. Tillman getting cut. Oh, wait, someone foot. Are you letting us know? Or you letting us know he getting cut, or you think he's on the bubble to get cut? Let us know which one. Let us know which one. My game was cut when Deshaun started messing up. Yeah, cut it in. They cut it. I did not see Dylan. I didn't even see when Dylan got in the feed been cut. They cut it that early? Let me see. I know I said we was gonna leave after that video, but let me get to the play-by-play real quick for y'all, because I'm just gonna read out the fourth quarter when he got in. No, that was Deshaun's. That was Deshaun last. Okay, so when Dylan got in, this is what happened. They really showed Shedeur cut the feed. No, I didn't see DG at all. They cut it after Deshaun Watson, dirt ball, Boston shaking his head on the sideline. Jake is a force bet on the depth chart. Before I leave, yes, D, I was watching FUBU. They cut over to the New York game early in the third quarter. Oh my goodness! Oh, it was. The delay was messing with the other slotted game time. Gotcha. I know sometimes if it's a blowout, they will cut to a different game. But this is what happened. So Dylan got in. It was 6 minutes and 49 seconds. 1st and 10 at Cleveland 35. They got a false start of 5 yards. That was on Miller. Then they had another false start before they ran a play, and it was on KT Leviston. They moved him, I think, to guard. Then they had shotgun incomplete. It was Dylan to Luke Floria. They ran the ball for no gain. Then it was another false start to make it 3rd and 20 for the Browns. And it was a KT Levinson false start. So that was Dylan's time in the game. It was rough. That's why Coach Monken said we could have just took a knee out there, because they just was going back. They were just going back every play. Like what is happening? 2 false starts before they even able to snap a play. 2 of them. So when we talk about cadence and they were trying to put on Shedeur, we haven't seen just a bunch of penalties. When we talk about the operation, we've seen the operation go. It was really bad when Dylan was out there. We did see Coach Monk have to use a timeout because Deshaun had a guy coming in motion late. They weren't going to get the playoff. So the operational issues didn't show up in the first half. Interceptions. Now, Dylan only had 6 minutes because Deshaun got to finish out the drive that he was already in the game. So Deshaun finished out the drive going into the fourth quarter. Buffalo got the ball. Then after the Browns got the ball back, that's when Dylan got in. So Dylan didn't just start at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Deshaun finished off his drive. Then Buffalo got the ball. Then Dylan got the ball last. And he only had 1 possession. Then he only had 1 possession. Now to the interceptions. The interceptions I don't think it's the end of the world on every interception. I think you have to look at what the down distance scenario situation of the play, and that's how I look at interceptions. If you listen to some people, every interception is the most terrible thing and it's on the quarterback. And I don't see it that way. Like, I see Shedeur's interception. It's a player who he hasn't really played with that much. They're not seeing it the same, but a guy gets two hands on the ball, he tips it up, it's an interception. I see Deshaun's interception where he throws it high. Luke Floyer tries to go up and get it. It's too high. It goes through his hands. It's an interception. So I don't see interceptions the same way as other people. We got to look at the down, the distance, and scenario to see if it's a bad interception. I don't think Shedeur's interception was necessarily bad, and I don't think Deshaun's was necessarily bad, like a bad read. It was not an accurate throw, though. So I'll say that. Taylor Green is definitely playing the next game. Yeah, they said he's supposed to play the fourth quarter. If you look at the screen, shots of Shedeur, it's in his hands, waist height. He had thrown him open. It was a hospital ball. Sometimes players kind of don't realize when the quarterback is protecting them, so they throw him away from the defense. I just think that if you drop it. Just don't pop it in the air. But, it's not the end of the world. It's a turnover. A bunch of them are not good, but I don't crush guys like some people do for an interception. Because every quarterback, you cannot name me a quarterback that started a long time in the league that hasn't thrown an interception. So I just don't crush people because I understand that it's different situations where they happen. Turnovers are going to happen, part of the game, but some turnovers are okay, some are horrendous. I agree with that. Think Shedeur plays a half or a quarter next game? My guess is the starters are supposed to play a decent amount. My guess is the starters are supposed to play a decent amount in the first quarter. Taylor Green is playing the fourth quarter, so we haven't really got an idea of what's going to happen in the second and third quarter yet. D. Tillman is considered a strong candidate to be traded or released ahead of the final roster cuts. I would agree with that. Even though the Browns have had some injuries in the receiver room, it's still a loaded room, and guys have taken better. Guys have done more with their opportunity. Cedric Tillman, health is something you have to look at with him. A couple different times in his young career, he has been injured. And if you have guys out here performing in your spot and they don't have the same injury concerns, then you can be on the bubble. You can be on the bubble. It depends. So when Coach Monken was explaining it, he said, ideally, how they used to do it back in the day was if it was when it was four games, they would do like a quarter, then a half, then 1 quarter in the third, and then not play the fourth. So I'm just trying to read into what he said. I'm trying to read into what he said. I'm guessing he wants to see them together for a quarter, but we'll see. It could be shorter, it could be longer. This is just me guessing. I'll just be honest with you. This is me guessing, going based off what he said. Now, based on injuries, it could be less. I've been rooting for Luke Floyer. Is he on special teams as well? Yeah, he was doing punt returns. I've seen him do before. He's been doing punt returns. I've seen him on punt return before. They have him doing like the jet motions and stuff like that. So he is a quicker guy, and he's been showing up. So, excuse me. He's been showing up. So I can see him making the team. Gage is kind of on the bubble, but Gage has kind of been showing up better at wide receiver than he has in punt return. So, it's wide receivers that tough spot. I'll play Shedeur at half. He needs to snap starters first, then 2 second to finish strong. 2-minute drill with starters, then let Gabriel and Green finish. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Also, they gotta remember we gonna have after Thursday's preseason game. The first game isn't. They almost got 2 weeks in between. Gage is on special teams, so that might save him. That might be the thing that saves him too, because then they don't have to. We don't have to have a player on the roster who can only do special teams like the Browns have had to do previously. So I wouldn't mind seeing them I wouldn't mind seeing the starters play together the first quarter. Because then, if a quarter go fast, it might be 2 series, it might be 3 series. I wouldn't mind that. Then you can go to the backup. So I wouldn't mind it. I don't think they'll play starters much more than the driver too. Now with the rest, look at Jeremiah Love. Yeah, that's crazy. Usually, like, running backs play a little bit less. Especially star running backs. So, I mean, knock on wood for the injury bug. So, correct with the twos. If Shedeur plays, let him play with the ones, which is something we've never seen him do. I agree, because that's what I want to see. Like, if you're going to be the starter, you're going to name somebody the starter, they're going to be the starter for the whole year, I want to see them play with the guys that they haven't been able to play with yet, because it's not like they had a lot of reps. So, and then they're going to go just kind of being in practice, not going against other teams leading up into the first game. So I wouldn't mind if they get 2 or 3 series together. I wouldn't mind it. At least a series with the first string offense. I would bring them back for a strong 2-minute drill minus the questionable health line vets. Yeah, if it's a vet that's has some type of injury or something, I would not put him in harm's way. I would not. This is just for the younger, healthier guys. I would just get them out there on offense, because the defense has played kind of together because they brought some guys back. Minus like Carson Schlesinger, but if he's been dealing with something, I wouldn't even let him play. So, health is definitely a main concern. Let me see. Let's see if I can do it. Actually, let me do it on my phone. Let's see. Oh, this is the camera. This is the camera wolf. Okay, got you. Appreciate it. I call it autopilot mode. Everything you would dream to have the QB to be. Yeah, I got to check that out. That was after the game. I can tell by the guys on the field and stuff. I definitely got to check that out. Shout out to the plug. I don't got my sound effects, but this is when I would clap. This has been a great stream. Y'all brought me up on what's going on outside of the football, so shout out to y'all. Y'all know I'm going to stick to the football. Next stream will be Monday. Potentially starting at 11 a.m. Just be on the lookout. Tuesday, we'll do film breakdown on Patreon. Definitely looking forward to that with the Patreon crew. Getting a chance to go back over the game again. That should be fun. Probably get a chance to watch the game tomorrow. I'll see how my day go. Let me shout out everybody for supporting. Let me go here. Shout out to Mark948. Shout out to Shanithia. Shout out to Tessa. And shout out to Mofo. And shout out to, man, I can't remember his name, but he's from Detroit. He said, what up, though? Shout out to him for the support as well. Shout out to Real Fresh Food, always for the support. Sometimes I forget her, but definitely got to always shout out to Real Fresh Food. Monday stream, I'll let y'all know. I'm going to try my best to start it on time at 10:30 a.m. If I'm not able to start it at 10:30 a.m., I'll start it at 11. But I'm going to try my best to make it regular time, y'all. I'm going to try my best. Appreciate each and every one of y'all. Enjoy the next couple of days. Looking forward to if we hear who the starter is going to be. Y'all know, I know who I want it to be. If you watch the game on TVD, notice how Joe Thomas and Adidas responded to Deshaun Watson pick compared to Shedeur's. Yeah, I think the only thing I'm going to have available until probably Monday is the TV version. So I'm going to rewatch the TV version. That's the only one I have available. And it was a Browns home game, so I should get to hear Joe Thomas. So, shout out to y'all. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Keep eliminating the gray. Thank you for all of your support. We back at this thing Monday. Peace, everybody.